Good afternoon. We are beginning our graduation ceremony with great joy. I'm Lucy Kikuchi, Broward, Brazil's academic dean, and I'd like to thank everyone for allocating time to attend this summit to honor our students. I'm going to conduct this online ceremony in Portuguese and English. So let's begin our online Broward Summit 2020 and the commencement ceremony of our 2020 Associate of Arts students. Olá a todos, com muita alegria, iniciaremos o nosso evento. Eu, Lucy Kikuchi, diretora acadêmica da Broward Brasil, primeiramente agradeço a presença de todos. Conduzirei a cerimônia em inglês e em português. Inicio agora o Broward Summit 2020 e a solenidade de formatura dos acadêmicos do curso de Associate of Arts de 2020. I would like to invite everybody to listen to the Brazilian National Anthem. Convido a todos para escutar o hino nacional brasileiro. Anthem. Agora convido a todos para escutarem o hino dos Estados Unidos. I'm very honored to announce the virtual presence of Dr. Gregory Hale, President of Broward College, Florida, Dr. David Moore, Broward College Executive Director of International Education, Mr. David Travesso, Broward Brazil Board Chairman, Dr. Jeffrey Nassi, Broward College Provost, Academic Affairs, Scott Mason, Dr. Scott Mason, Broward College District Director of International Education, Dr. Chun Sen Zhang, Senior Vice Provost at University of North Alabama, Ms. Claudia Rodriguez, Director, Dual Degree in Global Alliances from Universidad San Ignacio de Loyola, and Dr. Pedro Oliveira, Broward Brazil Program Coordinator. Com muita alegria, gostaria de anunciar e agradecer a presença virtual dos nossos convidados, Dr. Gregory Hale, presidente da Broward College, Flórida, Dr. David Moore, diretor executivo de Educação Internacional da Broward College, Sr. David Travesso, presidente do board da Broward Brasil, Dr. Jeffrey Nassi, reitor da Broward College, Scott Mason, Dr. Scott Mason, diretor distrital de Educação Internacional, Dr. Chun Sen Zhang, vice-reitor da Universidade do Alabama do Norte, senhora Cláudia Rodrigues, diretora de Alianças Globais da Universidade de San Ignacio de Loyola, do Peru, e Dr. Pedro Oliveira, coordenador do programa da Broward Brasil. Para a abertura do evento, com a palavra, o presidente da Broward College dos Estados Unidos, Dr. Gregory Hale. I'm honored to ask Dr. Gregory Hale to open the summit.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Dean Kikuchi, and thank you all for giving me the privilege of being here. And we were talking a little earlier when I was there last year and how beautiful and wonderful it was. Although short, very impactful, and undoubtedly the greatest moment was being at the graduation. And I'm excited again to be here in this virtual format to celebrate 6 amazing students. This is the second graduation and summit, and of course, we don't do anything without thanking our graduates, our parents, members of the Broward International University Brazil team, and all of the other special guests who've played a role in supporting this moment today and our students. Last year when I joined you in person, of course, we had a wonderful time, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to be here again. And I'm glad that we could find this way to celebrate the accomplishment of our graduates. This year, the number of graduates is an obvious compliment to the program's quality and its faculty and staff. Thank you for your partnership and service to the Broward College brand and family, and the students who trust us with their educational journey. To the proud parents, thank you. Today is as much a celebration of you and your investment and trust in Broward College and its partners. And thank you for your support of our students and our mission. And to this afternoon's graduates, Emmanuel Fernandez Amaru, Leonardo Gaboa Bruzi, Gustavo Sousa Leonu Ganiru, Enrique Sousa Leonu Caniru, Ricardo Tunes Vaca, Sofia Burato Lanzo de Mel. Congratulations to all of you. You all persisted with your academic pursuits through this pandemic, which a year ago, none of us anticipated, and we could not be more proud of you. I was impressed to hear about the fact that there were no adjustments in the academic calendar and you stayed on track with your educational goals. Today is also a celebration of your strength, your commitment, and your determination. These last 9 months have revealed that you have exactly what it takes to accomplish anything that you set out to achieve. 9 months ago, you probably would have never imagined this moment and the challenges you had to navigate, but you did it. You stayed nimble and you responded to any challenge that was in front of you. And I could not be more proud of you. Your Broward College degree will be one of the best investments that you have ever made. Today, you have earned your degree from one of the top colleges in the United States. Broward College was named one of the top 10 higher education institutions, eligible for the 2021 Aspen Prize. The prestigious Aspen Institute evaluates more than 1,000 colleges across the United States for the prize awarded every other year. And in 2020, US News and World Report, the global authority in education, ranked Broward College as one of the top regional colleges in the Southern United States. The degree you earn today is a significant accomplishment and paves the way for the next phase of your journey. This is especially important as we look to post-pandemic recovery. Your degree puts you ahead of the curve as you look to continue your academic pursuits. So as you move to the next chapter of your life, you may believe you face the world of the unknown. This year, 2020, has been incredibly challenging, of course, but I don't want you to focus on the challenge. Focus on this moment. Focus on this accomplishment and the fact that you made it despite everything that was happening around you. Today is a marker of the greatness that lies within you. Wherever your path takes you, whether you go to Broward College to pursue one of our 10 bachelor's degree programs or to a 4-year institution elsewhere, use the persistence you have shown during the last 9 months to propel yourself forward. This will be a bedrock to your future success, I promise you. This experience has guaranteed you that you could not be better prepared for whatever comes next. And if you move on to pursue a bachelor's degree at Broward College, know that I will be excited to greet you in person. I know you will do well, and I look forward to celebrating your accomplishments as part of the Broward College family. Again, congratulations, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Dr. Hale. Agora convidamos o Sr. Davi Travesso para a palavra. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Davi Travesso to speak.
Thank you, Lucy. It's a pleasure to be here. And to the students, families, and friends, I'm going to take Gregory's words that are absolutely in line with what we have in mind. I would like to thank a lot of people, and my list would be huge and not proper for this moment. But anyway, I'd like to thank very much Broward for giving the support and make possible, to happen this for the second time. It has been a terrific year on both senses, negative in the sense of difficulties, but also believe, that what has happened has given us strength and faith to do a lot of things that maybe we should have been done before as persons, as community, as educational system, and maybe, all those, let me say, problems we have faced is going to make us a lot better and make us different from what have been done, not only formally, but also as part of international and global community. I would like to just to have 2 names here that I feel that I should give, more attention. First one, let me say from the Brazilian side, Lucy and our team here that has somehow, keeping, the things moving and making possible that happen. And in the USA side, I would like to ask permission for Gregory and appoint Professor Pedro as a name that we own a lot, not only as a professor, but also as a person that has insisting and make us, let me say, find ways to make, the modern Brazil become a reality. So I would like you guys in USA to feel that by naming Pedro, I am meaning all of you, that I understand that it's a lot of people involved working and making possible this happen, not only in Brazil, but in so many different countries. I would like, Gregory, that the discussions we had in Spain last year, that despite, whatever we can find difficulties or problems that we're going to face, that we try to find ways to make this international community become more active and more able to work together and make this model become a real and true international education system. From my heart, I would like to thank again everybody, and once more, the parents and families from our students. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Davi Travesso. Chamo para a palavra o Dr. Jeffrey Nassi. I would like to invite Dr. Jeffrey Nassi to speak.
Thank you. Congratulations, class of 2020. Students, families, faculty, staff, President Hale, other esteemed guests. It is an absolute pleasure to be here virtually, and I look forward to the chance to hopefully being there in person someday. Students, I congratulate you not only for your degree, but also, as we've heard, your remarkable persistence and dedication toward this goal during these challenging times. Also, in that same way, I offer my sincerest appreciation and gratitude to the faculty and staff for their unrelenting efforts in supporting the students. Certainly, no one can deny that this has been a tough year across the world, including the US and of course, Brazil. I offer my best wishes for the health and well-being for both you and your families during this time. Now, perhaps more than ever, your education, as manifest in this college degree from Broward, will be one of your most important tools in expanding your opportunities. A quality education transforms the student's opportunity to better her or his life, but it is also the opportunity for your family and your community. It is the opportunity for more education, no matter what it is that comes next, as we've heard, going to university, a career, a job. And it was here during your time at Broward International University, you learned the skills, the knowledge that will help you achieve your goals and your dreams. You and your families understand this because you made the best decision to study with Broward. So we celebrate your accomplishment, your completion of the stage of your education, but it is often said at these type of events, we realize that this is yet another beginning. Education provides so much to us. Personally, my parents were both teachers. In fact, they met in college studying to be educators. So in this sense, everything I have, everything I am, is the result of education and learning. And what we call education, of course, goes well beyond the wonderful jobs and opportunities at the universities, the careers that will most certainly result from your college degree here today, but also the inherent responsibility of an education to further our own learning, our own experiences, as well as enriching the learning and experience of those around us. Education doesn't stop with us as individuals, but greatly enriches our relationships with our fellow human beings. I think we hear that today. Every new experience we have as both individuals and with others and the world around us is education. So today we honor that. We honor this experience, your experience, our collective experience, our education. Graduates, there's a reason we refer to this ceremony traditionally as commencement, as it symbolizes the beginning of the next chapter of your life rather than an end. You are the graduating class at Broward International University in Brazil during one of the most challenging events of our time. But here you are, despite the adjustments and the myriad of obstacles in your way. You made it, proof that you are exceptional, exemplary, in the very best sense of the word, educated. So I wish you the sincerest congratulations. All of you have made us so proud. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Nassi. Dando continuidade, convido o Dr. David Moore, Now, I would like to invite Dr. Moore to speak.
Obrigado. Thank you very much, Lucy. It's an honor and a pleasure to join this graduation ceremony. And we will remember our experience a year ago and how vividly that moment was. And we had 4 graduates last year. This year we have 6. So that's progress. We're growing up by 50%. So that's a tremendous growth rate. Congratulations, of course, to the graduates, the 6, and to your families. We are very proud of you, as has been said, and it will be said again. Truthfully, we mean it because you're part of a network of institutions and students around the world who are taking advantage of the Broward 2+2 model. You'll be hearing more about this model later from President Hale. The beautiful fact is that students can begin their American education at home and when they have a sufficient amount of English language prep in their background and can take the entire program in English, they can finish in 2 years and turn that 2-year degree into a 4-year degree in the future. And I'm proud to learn that virtually all of the graduates that we're recognizing today are going to be transferring to a U.S. institution in the near future. So that's exciting news for us. It shows us that the model is working. Currently, we have about, in this academic year, starting in last August through next May, we will have approximately 2,100 students enrolled in a Broward program somewhere else in the world outside of the United States. 2,100 students getting Broward College credit. Not all of them pursuing the actual degree, but most of them are. And we'll have about 200 graduates this year, which is a record number for us. So you guys are just really in the early stages of development, but we're hoping for great things from BIUB in the coming years. We're hoping for great expansion. We know that you have plans to grow and draw students from other cities and maybe even set up locations outside of Belo Horizonte. I could talk for a couple minutes about our efforts in Brazil. Dr. Oliveira and I know all too well the attempts that we have made to establish a beachhead, a foothold, if you will, in Brazil. And we have found it very, very difficult. But working with you and your team at BIUB has been terrific and a real pleasure. And we are so glad that we have that strong bond and the ties that now bind us. Our partnership officially began in 2017 on paper, but we enrolled the first students in 2018, and we had the first graduation 1 year ago in 2019. So here we are finishing the second graduation and looking for growth and development from here. I want to also thank Mr. Travesso, David Travesso, who's kind of the pillar that's holding this organization up and keeping it moving and afloat. But you cannot ignore the role that Dean Kikuchi has on the day-to-day operations and working with students and faculty and schedules and registrations and communicating almost daily with our office to ensure that the program is functioning as it should, and we're communicating and doing the right things for these students. And then finally, I would be remiss if I didn't say a word about the support that our office gets from senior administration here at the college. And we couldn't do what we do unless the president, provost, and others were on board and understood the vision that we have and the unique mission that we feel to work with international partners. And some of them are small, some of them are large, some of them are struggling in this era of COVID with enrollment. We get that. We know it hasn't been easy, but we're with you. And we're not going to back off. We're just going to be patient until we can work through this difficult time. And I trust that enrollment will pick up and we will see terrific things with BIUB in the years to come. So bless you all. Thanks for giving us a chance to chat with you today. It's an honor and a privilege. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Moore. Convido para a palavra o Dr. Scott Mason. I would like to invite Dr. Scott Mason to speak.
Thank you, Lucy.
Oh.
So here we are, dear graduates, parents, faculty, distinguished guests, colleagues, and friends. In my capacity as District Director for International Education at Broward College, it's a profound honor for me to have the opportunity to speak with you today on such a special occasion. Most of you do not know who I am, so let me indulge you for just a moment. I have the best job at Broward College, although admittedly, President Hale might disagree with me on that. I have the best job because my primary responsibility is to find ways to bring U.S. higher education opportunities to students around the world. How exciting is that? Though I have not had the privilege of meeting most of you, I've been working with Broward International University Brazil since the very beginning. You know, it takes a lot of work to go from the idea stage of offering a Broward College degree in Brazil to actually having graduates like we're celebrating today. Luckily, we've had the right combination of outstanding professionals working together to see this day come to fruition, namely passionate educators at Broward College dedicated to promoting international education, and a committed, unwavering team of administrators and faculty in Brazil. It's been such an honor to be part of this group and to be congratulating our graduates today. But you know what else is really kind of cool? Over the next 6 to 8 months, we, Broward College, will be congratulating students in graduation ceremonies very similar to this one in countries like Vietnam, Peru, Sri Lanka, China, Indonesia, and many others. This is because since the 1980s, Broward College has had a passion and commitment to international education by providing U.S. higher education opportunities to students around the world. I share this passion, a passion to inspire students and help them succeed, a passion to help them fulfill their dreams, a passion to instill the belief that education is the pathway not only for success, but also as a main conduit for the improvement and betterment of humanity, all of which are foundational tools to change the world and make it a better place. It's traditional for graduation speakers to offer some advice to the graduates. So here are my words of wisdom. Charlie Munger, one of the greatest investors of our time, once said, "You're not going to get very far in life based on what you already know. You're going to advance in life by what you learn after you leave here." Now, to me, this means your education never stops. Your learning never stops. If you stop learning, you stop trying to understand. If you stop learning, you stop gaining appreciation for diversity. If you stop learning, you limit your ability for compassion and empathy. Understanding an appreciation for and a sensitivity for diversity, compassion, empathy. These are all critical tools necessary to change the world and make it a better place. So I challenge you, never stop learning. Be bold and make the world a better place. And in the meantime, Broward College will do the same, one student at a time. It's our passion. Congratulations, graduates. We're all extremely proud of you. Thank you. Muy obrigado.
Thank you, Dr. Mason. Convido para a palavra o Dr. Chun-Sen Zhang. I would like to invite Dr. Zhang to speak. You have to unmute.
Good morning. Dear colleagues of Broward International University, Brazil, distinguished guests, parents and friends, and most importantly, dear colleagues, dear graduates of college class of 2020. Congratulations to you for achieving a remarkable milestone of your academic success. It is my great pleasure to be with you today to help celebrate this very special occasion. I am greatly honored and deeply humbled by the university's kind invitation for me to join this wonderful celebration and make remarks of encouragement as you prepare for the new academic adventure in the United States. It is indeed good to know all 6 of you have made that commitment. I hope some of you will choose to come to the beautiful University of North Alabama. I will focus my remarks briefly on 4 areas. One is what are the challenges, what are the opportunities for you, and the importance of becoming bilingual and bicultural. To me, that's the tool for success as a non-English native speaker, and tips for success as international students in the United States. And finally, I will mention briefly about the special opportunities the University of North Alabama provides to all Broward College International Center students. A recent study indicates that the main challenges facing US university, there are 3 of them, and I think many of our colleagues present today would agree. The first one is the financial difficulties due to decreased state funding and reduced tuition revenue as a result of low enrollment and fewer high school graduates. The second one, which is near and dear to my heart, which is the declining international enrollment due to geopolitics and global competitions. The third one we all experienced unprecedentedly, that is the lasting impact of COVID-19 on all aspects of university operations, including health, safety, affordability, and transitions from in-person instruction to hybrid online classes, much of which with less advanced planning time and much needed resources. So as a result, an increasing number of US universities are in a crisis operation mode, and they are desperately searching for opportunities that could help them sustain and to develop future growth. And some of these opportunities are in the hands of international students like yourself, as more American colleges and universities make more efforts to attract international students and or bringing their courses to the international students in the home country. I personally believe that these main challenges have created a great opportunity for international students to come to the US to pursue their college degree and advanced studies. Broward College has been a leader in building education capacity globally through its world network, and you are the direct beneficiaries, the graduates. The Broward College International University Brazil, while still young as an institution of higher learning, is well positioned to provide world-class education and prepare students as future global leaders with passion, empathy, integrity, and a character. To be such leaders, one needs to become open-minded, be respectful of others and other cultures, and also become knowledgeable and informed communicators with bilingual, bicultural skills and an international sensitivity. In a global society today, we need more such leaders, and I challenge you to become one. Now I would like to share with you very briefly my own experience as a bilingual, bicultural lifelong learner. At a very young age, I determined to become fluent in English so I can learn about the US and other cultures and travel around the world. But growing up in China in the late 1950s, we did not have much opportunity to study with native speakers, and we did not have any convenient apps like we have today, such like a Duolingo, to study any foreign languages. However, I was very fortunate to be selected among 2,000 students from my high school to attend a foreign language boarding school to study English at age 13. We spent countless hours of studying English until we began to dream in English. To make my own learning story short, so from age 13 to begin the study process, by age 18, I became a high school teacher to begin to teach English. At the age of 29, after I taught English in China for 4 years, I decided to come to the US to continue with my study. So I'm talking with you today, the 6 graduates from a former international student in the United States. And I have to say, I'm very blessed with the opportunities and the people who helped me all the way. And I have found a very rewarding job as an international education administrator. And I have indeed had the opportunity to meet with so many friends, visited so many universities, and I continue to do so. So I'd like to take this opportunity to share a couple of tips with you as an international students. As you plan for your next milestone in your academic success, I hope the following common sense tips may become handy and useful. Number 1, English only. We all know that it takes time and a lot of practice to become fluent in a foreign language. And in your case, please remember, every time you speak Portuguese, you are not practicing English. So speak English when you come to the United States. Please also remember, as I talked with Dean Kikuchi the other day, that it's all natural for us to make mistakes, but it is okay, especially when we begin to learn English. We have to practice at all times in order to achieve the proficiency. One of the story I want to share with you, I have a student from Taiwan who enrolled at UNA. And he said, my main goal of coming to UNA is to improve my English. Therefore, I told my friend, anyone who caught me speaking Chinese, I owe them $5. So he began to speak English at all times, no Chinese whatsoever, unless it's under severe circumstances, he must make his point clear. Now, communication out of context can be very challenging. Many of us today have learned another 1 or 2 foreign languages. And let me share a true story with you. When I was teaching English in China before I studied in the United States, a student approached me and said, teacher, what does hit a home run mean? Now you can understand that baseball at that time either did not exist or was not a commonly known in China in the 1950s. Therefore, we do not have the background knowledge to understand the expression either literally in the game or figuratively in life. So what do you do as a teacher? Let's say look study at each of the word, hit, a, home, run. So we mistakenly maybe came up with something, if someone hit you, you run home. Well, the run home is correct. The hit is not correct. But that illustrates the importance of learning the culture and the context. And in the US, it's a sports culture. There are so many expressions in English that come from sports. Second, manage your time wisely. One thing that is fair in life is that we are all given 24 hours a day, whether doesn't matter where we were born, doesn't matter we are rich or poor, the 24 hours we all have. But the difference lies in how effectively we manage the time and how we multiply its impact. Students who succeed in college tend to keep a good balance between study and their social life. Third, make a good first impression. Please remember, when you study in a foreign country, you need to take the initiative to know others if you want to make friends and need help from others. So being friendly and outgoing, give a good impression is very important. But the key is how to make a good first impression in class. I always advise students to self-study all the learning material in advance. You only go to the class to review with the professor and the students, not to learn new things at the beginning. And once a student told me the 5P, which I'd like to share with you as a tip. If you remember these 5 Ps, I think you will do very well in college and university. The 5P stands proper preparation, prevent poor performance. The other strategy I will share with you, very simple. That's what I said early on, is common sense. Always sit in the front row of the class so you will have more opportunity to interact with your professors. This is especially true when you are waiting. Hopefully someday the professor will write a letter of recommendation for you to study at the graduate school. Be confident. When your normal support system of family and friends is so far away, when you study in the United States, self-motivation becomes essential. Learn to be self-motivated, committed to the goals you set, and learn to be resourceful in the new environment. And of course, you also need to develop new friends and new support systems. And that is why getting to know the international education staff could make a difference. Confidence is to remind yourself constantly, yes, I can do this. Commitment is to remind yourself constantly, yes, I must do this, as I have promised myself and my parents. Finally, look at the positive side, regardless of the situation. Studying a foreign country can be difficult and challenging at times, but difficulty will be temporary. With help from friends and the university officials, you will overcome most challenges. So keep a positive attitude will enable you to handle the difficulties well and grow stronger as a result. Before I close my remarks, let me just briefly tell you a little bit about the University of North Alabama. The University of North Alabama, commonly known as UNA, was founded 190 years ago, and it is one of the oldest universities in the United States. UNA currently has a student population of close to 8,400 students, including 400 international students from 50 countries. UNA offers over 100 majors and concentrations through the colleges of arts and science, business, education, human sciences, nursing, and health professions. The Broward International University, Brazil, and UNA signed a transition articulation agreement in May 2019. This agreement allows graduates from your college to earn a bachelor degree at UNA with the most affordable cost and the shortest time. Here are the main reasons. We waive the English requirement for you. We transfer pre-approved credits, plus you can also enjoy the banded tuition once you arrive at the university, which means you can take any number of credits between 12 and 18 by paying the same price. As Dr. Moore mentioned earlier, that UNA is the only university that offers a 12-month free housing on campus when you come to study with us. In addition, we will provide 6,000 academic scholarship per year. And all these are provided the opportunity for you to earn programs with a superior accreditation, such as AACSB for business programs, ABAT for engineering, computer science, and technology programs, and a CAEP for educator preparation programs. I am confident if you choose to join UNA, you will have an American study abroad experience that is packed with stimulating learning, fun cultural, sports, and musical activities, and fond memories and friendships that you would cherish for the rest of your life. So I hope to have the opportunity to welcome you to the beautiful campus of University of North Alabama, and congratulations again on your graduation. Muito obrigado. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Zhang. I would like to invite Ms. Cláudia Rodrigues. Convido a senhora Cláudia Rodrigues.
Hello, bon dia, buenos dias, good morning. I'm here in Lima, Peru, and I'm very pleased to be part of this amazing event for our friends from the Broward International Center, University, Brazil. Please, I'll say a special greetings to Broward College President, Dr. Gregory Haley, my dear friend and mentor, Dr. David Moore, and all the great team that there is at Broward International Centers there in Fort Lauderdale. I would like to thank David also for the invitation, and all the wonderful team led also by Lucy Kikuchi for this ceremony. I want to go back a little bit on history. I would say like 3 years ago or 4, I had a visit here in Lima from Ed Nelson Rodela, who spent with us like 2 days learning how we did things here in our Broward Center at UCIL. And it was a great visit. We shared so many things about our cultures, of course, who were going to be the prospective students for Broward, Brazil. We talk about even the possibility of someday doing like exchanges between centers. And just keep the thought on that, because later on, I'll tell you more about it. So after some years, we have been meeting thanks to Broward College invitations, these summits, wonderful summits that we did either in Fort Lauderdale or in Marbella. We met each other and learned about how to do international education, American education from each of our centers. So it has been, I would say, a learning experience. And today, for these special students that are going to get their American degree, their first American degree, it will be a memorable experience as well as their parents. In the year 2009, I started working in UCIL, and I just came back from the US. I lived in the US, and I studied my master's in Michigan back then, many years ago. And I have the experience of everything that Xu Shen have just mentioned about living on campus and working there and getting the scholarships. I was very lucky. So I couldn't not be more proud of the chances that the American education has given me throughout my life. So when I went to UCIL, and Broward College has just met this first agreement with UCIL to have the AA agreement. And I remember they were recruiting the best UCIL students to be there. And believe me, those students back then till now they are entrepreneurs. Some of them already have even PhDs that have been granted, starting here in Lima with their Broward associate degree and then transferring to other universities. So when we started up, we were very much focused in Florida, and then we have enlarged our possibilities. Our students will transfer to the US, Canada, to England, to France, to Germany, to Australia. It has been a great journey also, continuing opening opportunities, not only thinking about our students in our center, but every time we reach a new university, we proudly talk about all the network of Broward centers around the world. And believe me, everybody's like, first, oh, wow, is there something like that? Yes, there is. And it is because of all the efforts that David Moore and his team have done throughout the years. After we opened, as I was saying, in 2009, we started picking up, and we did special programs with, for example, UCF for industrial engineering, which is a great school. It's in Orlando. And we have right now like a base of 4 of our students. One of them already got her PhD, and now they have 3 more online there. And then we have many students in USF, which is another very dear partner to us, in which our students were able to study their full 4 years here in Lima. They did 2 of Broward and then 2 of USF. So we have been really getting an advantage in Peru, and I'm sure in Brazil will happen the same with this amazing center of what is to give right now much more quality chances to many students. I have been in Brazil for work, maybe a couple of times, 3 times. I have not been in Belo Horizonte. I promise to go next time. But the quality of universities in Brazil are very good. So the idea here for all of you, dear students that are going to transfer somewhere else, is that you go out there, plan where you're going. Shushun just gave you great advices of how to do it. And just yesterday, I had a Zoom with one of my dearest students who transferred to the University of Kentucky. And he even showed me his room, and it's a delightful room, a wonderful room. And even with the pandemic and everything that has happened throughout the world, his balance of the world of the year was very positive because of the inner growth he developed while being away from home. As we know, we are Latinos, right? Latinos, we love family, and we love to hang out together with them. Thanks to technology, you can connect with them from the moment you get out of the plane. When I went to the States years ago, it was not that possible. When my dad went to Stanford for his MBA in the 69s, not possible at all. It was very expensive. So this is the chance for you to be abroad. Continue, of course, in touch because you are deep Brazilians and you have your roots there. Go and study, explore, work in the US. Do everything that will make you more a holistic person in the way you will develop your skills. And afterwards, come back to Brazil. Because in our developing countries, we are in desperate need of talent. And as we know, unfortunately, the pandemic is going to just broaden the inequalities in our societies. So from the years from now, there will be even a higher, larger need for all this. So it has been impressive what we have achieved in the year of pandemia. I just finished a meeting before connecting to this Zoom with the professors of the Lima Center. And we have done chemistry labs online. We have done different competitions about entrepreneurship. We did even a project fair, which was in the deep part of where Peru was in quarantine back in May. And everybody from their homes produced their videos and showed something about general biology or statistics, of course, taking about the numbers, how to be sustainable at home, even entrepreneurships. There was like Dragon Den videos going on there. So I couldn't be prouder of what we have achieved, even from, if we have a small team here in Lima, and we have been able to continue recruiting and instructing and educating families here in Lima about the amazing chances that this program has given to our students and even for the future ones, and as I'm sure it will happen in Broward. So the Broward College relationship with us is very strong, and I'm very thankful for that. We are very thankful for that. We continue working on that. And maybe some of you know I have a kid, he's only 10 years old, and I'm keeping this program, taking care of it for the time has come, and he will go there and use it, of course, as well. So by the end of this year also, thank you, David, for all those amazing training sessions. Very early in the morning, doesn't matter, but we learn a lot and even make it tighter between the community of all the centers around the world. We're looking forward for the Global AA. Please, let's keep it on track. This is a program in which our students could transfer to different centers and maybe do 4 centers, 4 semesters. Imagine that. You will be able to go and live in different countries for at least 6 months and later on choose your final university of destination. So with that, dear students, dear parents, what a celebratory moment this is. We have been dreaming for this moment since the kids are born, and the moment has arrived. To all of you, I wish you the very best of lucks, and always be proud of your success and continue thinking about Brazil and how to make it even more prosperous. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Claudia. Thank you all very much for your words. And as the Broward Brazil Academic Dean, I would like to address all of you. Como diretora acadêmica da Broward Brasil, gostaria de proferir algumas palavras. Dear colleagues, students and parents, I'm extremely proud to be here to participate in the graduation ceremony of the second group of Broward Brazil students. Students of the only AA program in Brazil, of a Broward International Center. People say that life is enchanting due to the unexpected, but this year was more than unexpected. The good thing is that I was closer to my students in one way, yet at the same time, far away. I had to attend almost all the online classes with them for the sake of adaptation, connection, and help. From what I know from life, everything has a profile and the same energy. I could notice that all my students here from Broward, Brazil are winners. Not only were they successful with the AA formats, which offer courses from a wide range of areas, including college algebra, macroeconomics, chemistry, intro to literature, environmental science, only to name a few. But they were able to reach high grades and excellence with high GPAs, even with the challenges of the online formats. My mind is at peace, for with my experience of 25 years in the education field, I know Broward Brazil is on the right track with high-level teaching and learning, as witnessed in the classes I attended. Broward Brazil was lucky to reach such brilliant students with such brilliant futures. And we were also lucky that these bright students took the opportunity to offer their own suggestions to improve our courses. As I mentioned above, from what I know from life, we will continue to attract more of the same type of brilliant students, and we will constantly continue to improve. And of course, I don't have the words to thank my students' parents and our professors. I have no words to express my heartfelt gratitude. It has not been easy for anyone, and I am no exception. But life is the main school, and my life school is inside the university. Without exception, we're always learning. And this year, I learned that a true educator always has hope in people. That's why I've always seen the best in my students, even though may not show maturity at a given moment, and some people judge them as hopeless. I've never agreed with this mentality. Everybody will improve one day. It's all a matter of time. That's the insight I had this year, that a true educator always sees the best in his or her students. And mind you, this year I retired from a public university from here in Minas Gerais, which just goes to show that we are always learning. Today, we are here to wish good luck to wise Sophia, assertive Ricardo, sensible Emmanuel, impartial Gustavo, amiable Henrique, and brave Leonardo. Unfortunately, this commencement had to be online, but that's the road life has forced us to take. Yet, it is the same road that also took our last year's students to the institution they had dreamed of, such as Bruna, who is attending business school in Colorado, Cristiano, who is attending medical school in North Dakota, and Lucas, who is attending economics in London. Next year, Mateo is going to University of California, Santa Barbara to study environmental sciences, Julia to FIU to study biology, Gustavo to Full Sail University to study game design, and Tariq to Broward, Florida to study business. Let's see where our students graduating today are going. I'm sure many of us were already grateful that this year of endurance has made us feel even more grateful for life, for the simple things, for the family and friends we have. 2020 is the beginning of a wonderful era where we became more human and kinder. Thank you all very much. Now, I would like to invite Leonardo Bruzzi to present his speech representing the students from the class of 2020 who are graduating. Convidamos o aluno Leonardo Bruzzi para seu discurso, representando todos os alunos formandos da turma de 2020. Leonardo?
Thank you, Lucy. Thank you to everyone who's present here today. And thank you to anyone who has steered me and my peers in the direction of this graduation. I would like to firstly congratulate Gregory Hale, David Moore, Scott Mason, David Travesso, Felipe Travesso, Joel Moreira, Setembrino Lopes Jr., and all of the people involved in the Broward International Project. It is a fabulous job you guys are doing. A word of gratitude has to also go to our parents, who persevered with us. Without you, this would definitely not be happening. Well, this has not been an easy year, and my heart goes out to all of those negatively affected by the pandemic. I would also like to acknowledge Broward's efforts during this time in order to not delay our studies, and thus allowing us to meet transfer deadlines. I still remember my first contact with this college. I was not that thrilled, but Livia, who took care of my admission, made sure I felt at home when my family and I went to our introductory visit. I realized then by talking to her that students had a say in this school. This was exciting. Throughout these brief 2 years, the administration has always sought to meet the students' expectations while arming us with tools to succeed abroad. I never thought it would be nice to arrive at school early and leave late, working on assignments, just talking to faculty, fellow students, Geraldo, our receptionist, or Vera, our MVP, always cleaning the messes we made. Lucy, Luciana, Manir, Gleice, Nuno, Livia, Marina, and Jamile, you were always available and went out of your ways to assist us. We, the Broward students, appreciate that. Guidance and behavioral lectures were often given by the in-house psychiatrist, Angelo. Did not matter how small or how big our troubles were. You were always there. Professors, thank you. The classes were great. It was amazing to see you guys step out of your comfort zone and have to adapt your established teaching methods in order to provide us with online sessions. We learned from you just as much outside as inside of the classroom environment. Through your personalities, it is clear that we can be useful and enthusiastic for as long as we want, that we can learn and adapt while improving everyone's condition by being inclusive, that listening to views that contradict our own with an open mind may just bring us together in this polarized world of today. We need empathy and critical thinking now more than ever, and you guys are a billboard for that. This group that is graduating with me welcomed me with open arms, and they made school something to look forward to. Together, we learned a great deal, and I'm happy that it is by their side that I'm graduating today. Even though we are few, we are a diverse bunch. Emmanuel wants to pursue a business major. Gustavo is the medical doctor among us. Henrique and Ricardo are going for computer science. Sophia is pursuing a career in the fashion industry. I am a future mechanical engineer, and we all get along so well. Being with you for this past chapter in our lives was similar to being with family, and I will surely miss it. Broward is moving to a new campus. It's an amazing place, and I'm sure that it will continue to grow. I'm not alone when I say that I'm proud to have been a Broward student. The diploma is nice and all. However, the memories we made along the way and the connections we will share for the rest of our life has a greater value in my view. I wish for me and my classmates broadening horizons, success, and many exciting adventures. As Steve Jobs once said, stay hungry, stay foolish. Thank you.
Thank you, Leonardo. I invite the honored professor, Dr. Pedro Oliveira, to address the class of 2020. Convidamos o professor homenageado, Dr. Pedro Oliveira, para a palavra aos formandos.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good morning, everybody, wherever you are. It is a pleasure for me to be here with all of you. And I would like to, first and foremost, to congratulate the parents and the students for this accomplishment. Of course, I have to mention the participants of this event from Broward, Florida, and Broward, Brazil, the professors and the staff, all very instrumental for the accomplishment that has been reached today. I have a quick presentation that I would like to share with you. And let me see if I can do this. Okay, share my screen. And okay, so let me see a presentation here. And this presentation, it was this, all right. This presentation, of course, is part of my professor vein. As a professor, I could not conduct this conversation without presenting something. But before I present what I would like to say, I have to take issue with what my good friend, Dr. Scott Mason said. Scott said that he has the best job at Broward College. And I beg to differ, Scott. I think I am the one who has the best job at Broward College. And I say that because I have the honor and the privilege of working face to face directly with those students. And that is an honor, it's a privilege that I would not trade for anything in the world. So we have to decide, perhaps over a glass of wine, you and I, who has the best job at Broward College. But anyways, I would like to do what I would like to present to you today is something that usually people don't like to talk too much or to accept the fact that sometimes we will be wrong. And people tend to avoid being wrong. We don't want to be wrong. It's like, it's like something that we don't want to be. We want to be right. We always want to be right. And I wanted to talk to you about something different. As a professor, I'm always looking for new angles in order to learn something new. Let me show you a painting from a painter named Giuseppe Arciboldo. This is from 1500s. And I want you to look at this painting and just look what you have there, okay? It's a very simple bowl with vegetables, right? And sometimes, in order for us to see or to learn something new, sometimes we have to turn our world upside down. And that's what I'm going to do with this painting. You see? What seemed a simple bowl with vegetables is actually a face. But in order to see the face, we have to change the perspective. We have to see things in a different way, okay? So what I wanted to talk to you is one of the key to be successful is to be wrong, is not to be right. When I was thinking about this presentation, I wanted to use somebody famous or somebody else to show how many times they were wrong. And despite the fact that they were wrong, they became successful. But I realized that when I start talking to people about this, I realized that people don't like to talk about their mistakes. They don't want to talk about the situations that they were wrong. So I decided to talk about myself. I don't have any problem in telling you guys, I mean, sometimes in my life where I've been wrong. But what I'm gonna do is not that, I mean, I'm important to anything. I want you, as I go through those slides, I want you to think of the situations that you also have been wrong. And I want you to reflect about being wrong and how this may have helped you to accomplish your goals, okay? So first, let's define our terms, okay? When I say being successful, I'm not talking about money, I'm not talking about fame, I'm not talking about a glamorous life. By being successful, I mean having a positive impact on other people's lives. No matter how small or big this impact might be. That's what I define as being successful. Defining being wrong, I don't mean by being wrong being wrong in the ethical sense, in the moral sense, in the logical sense. By being wrong, I mean being wrong about our personal potential to accomplish our goals in life, no matter how small or big those goals are. So what I want to tell you is that I'm here today because I have been wrong most of my life. I have been wrong my entire life. So for example, this is the place where I was born, in the middle of the Amazon. I was born and I live up to 5 years of age in a house like this, in a stilty house near to the river, semi-naked. And I thought that that was my entire world and that I would never leave that place. But I was wrong. Okay, I was wrong. This is the elementary school that I started my education in Porto Velho, Rondônia. Okay, also all the way up north. And at that time, I thought I would never be able to learn how to read or write. But I was wrong. Then, when I went to Rio, my family moved to Rio de Janeiro. That is the hospital of the medical school where I studied. And at that time, I thought that I would never be able to get into that school and graduate as a medical doctor. But again, I was wrong. Then, when I decided to go for my master's and my PhD in philosophy, I decided to go to PUC, Rio. You guys know this university, one of the best universities in Brazil. And I never thought that I could be accepted into this university in order to get my master's and my doctorate in philosophy. But once more, I was wrong. Then, when I realized that I no longer had the academic resources to complete my dissertation, I decided to go to the United States to write my dissertation. And that is the university that, with a recommendation letter, I went there in order to use their resources to write my PhD dissertation. And at that time, I thought I would never be able to finish my dissertation in the USA and graduate with a PhD in philosophy. But again, I was wrong. And this is our college, Broward College, where I started teaching philosophy as an adjunct professor in 2000. And at that time, I thought I would never be able to secure a position as a full-time senior professor of philosophy at BC. And I was wrong. Like David Moore mentioned, it took a long time for us to be able to bring the American degree to Brazil. In 2005, that's when we started thinking about this. In 2005, I thought that no one would be able to bring American university degrees to Brazil to offer a world of opportunities to Brazilian students. And you guys today are proving once more that I was wrong. So, in conclusion, I would like to, as a professor and as a friend, to tell you that if you wanted to be successful, assume that you can't do something and then prove yourself wrong. Because yes, you can do it. So thank you very much for the honor to have worked with all of you, and the congratulations again to all of you and your parents. Thank you, guys. Congratulations. Let me go back now here and stop sharing. Okay, thank you very much. That's
Thank
what
you.
I'd like
Thank you very
to
much,
share
Pedro.
with you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Pedro. Thank you very much. I would like to now congratulate each of the students who is graduating. Gostaria de parabenizar individualmente nossa lista de formandos. Emanuel Amaro.
Thank you, Lucy. I want to thank, firstly, my family who have been supporting me through this journey, which is getting a degree overseas. Secondly, I want to thank my Broward professors who took the time and effort, even though the tough times we are living in, to share with us not only the content, but experiences as well. To conclude, I want to thank the Broward faculty and staff who helped me and supported me when I needed the most in the past 2 years. Again, thank you.
Thank you, Emanuel. Gustavo Carneiro.
Well, thank you, everyone. There's not really much I think I can say here, but first, I would like to give thanks to everyone involved in my victory here today. Mr. Hale and Mr. Moore from the United States, helping everyone here. Pedro Oliveira, he showed me and my family the Broward campus when we went to visit there. You remember that, Pedro?
Of course.
Especially Lucy, who helped me and my brother with classes to pass the PERT and get into the university, and has been overall extremely supportive to us and our journey, like a second mom, really. I also would like to thank everyone at the Broward Brazil staff, Broward College staff, my family especially, who is supporting me, and my fellow colleagues who went through all of that with me. And we're going to go through a lot of things together, probably, I hope. Everything each one of you did to help me reach this point in my life, I promise I'll never let it go to waste, and I'll try to do my best to reach new heights. Thank you. I can never be thankful enough to you.
Henrique Carneiro.
Hi. I want to thank everyone for being here, first of all, especially Mr. Hale, Mr. Moore, Mr. Oliveira, and everyone from Broward College. I would also like to thank all of the amazing staff from BIUB. We are very fortunate to have a group like you guys giving us the fantastic support you guys give us every day. I also want to thank my family for supporting me in every moment possible, incentivizing me to pursue my dreams. I want to give special thanks to our academic dean, Lucy, who has been like a mother to me since the beginning. And to my colleagues, I wish every single one of you the best of luck. And I'm sure that all of you will find great success in the near future. It is an honor to share this special moment with you all. Thank you.
Leonardo Bruzzi.
Well, I think I said thanks to everyone, but I want to thank again my family for believing in me, because I entered Broward a little bit older, and they never, I never thought I would graduate actually, but they kept at it, and I'm pretty happy. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Ricardo Tunes. Vaca.
Yeah, I didn't write a speech, but I would like to thank everybody that participated in my history during Broward College. It was very hard. It was some situations in which I had to be very resilient to keep going on. But I believe that the support of the professors, of the faculty, Lucy, Pedro, Anna, Todd, Julie, I think it was the most important thing for me, because I don't think that you can go too far in life without the help of others. So I think that you have to believe in yourself. You have to be confident. But I think in the end, what really matters is who you are together with. So who is close to you. So in this case, my family and all of the faculty and professors at Broward, I would like to thank you sincerely. It has been a journey, and well, I am very grateful for the opportunity, because I think that time is short, and I think that the most important thing is to use opportunities in the best way possible. So thank you very much, everybody, and all my colleagues as well. And I hope they have a great future and they will be very happy. Thank you.
Sofia Lanza.
Hello, so I wanted to thank everyone for coming today and all the professors here. I'm so grateful for you guys. You helped me a lot through this journey. Pedro, Ana, Julie, Luis, Todd, and everyone. I want to thank Lucy and Manir for always answering all my questions. That there was a lot of questions that we did have in this 2 years. And I want to thank my family for believing in me and thanking my colleagues for all the amazing year together and all the support. So thank you guys.
Now I present the Broward Brazil Class of 2020. Agora apresento a turma de formandos de 2020 da Broward Brazil. I would like to invite Dr. Hale to close the summit. Para as considerações finais e encerramento do evento, com a palavra o Dr. Gregory Hale.
Yes, thank you so very much again. That was absolutely touching to hear from our students and to hear the emotion and to frankly even hear some of the doubt that has been overcome. I am beyond proud of you all. It is just an absolute gift to be able to serve you and to be in your presence today, especially. Thank you for all that you've shown the will and grit and guts to accomplish. You make our days worthwhile. To each of you, our students, I just couldn't be more proud. I'd love to use some time to talk to you about our 2+2 programming. Obviously, we've touched upon it today, but I'd really love to spend just a few minutes talking to you about our system of 2+2 as we partner with our state colleges here in Florida and community colleges and our universities throughout the United States. And it's important for me to just give you a brief history of the establishment of U.S. colleges to help you understand the framework in which we operate and what makes our program so unique. Community colleges in the United States, originally termed junior colleges or two-year colleges, have their roots dating back to the Morrill Act of 1862, which is called the Land Grant Act, which essentially expanded access into public higher education. But it wasn't until 1901 that the very first junior college in America was founded. Junior colleges offered the first 2 years of a university degree, not the entire 4 years. William Rainey Harper, president of the University of Chicago, was the major force behind this creation. Several leading university presidents, including Harper, began at this time to recognize that the first 2 years of college are not necessarily part of university-level education. That mandate was extended even further after World War II, when higher education enrollments began to skyrocket due to what's known as the GI Bill, providing affordable education opportunities for veterans, which financed higher education for millions of soldiers who were returning from war. And this fueled enrollment and created educational opportunities, which led to a growing middle class in the United States. It was seen as the fastest expansion of higher education in human history. As a result, every state began to create community colleges with the option to transfer to universities after completing their Associate of Arts degree. That program became known as 2+2. Community colleges also paved the way for continuing education programs. Today, nearly 50% of all students who enter post-secondary education begin their studies at community colleges in the United States. The 2+2 program in the United States is a guaranteed transfer program. It's offered by state colleges, allowing students to pursue an Associate of Arts or an AA degree, and in some cases, an Associate of Science or an AS degree, and then transfer to a 4-year program offered by our university. This allows students to complete a bachelor's degree in the same amount of time it would have taken if they'd gone directly to the university right out of high school. The 2+2 program is a partnership between colleges and universities, and students enter community college with a 4-year end in sight and select courses at the first institution to help them achieve their ultimate goals. Broward College has 44 transfer agreements with universities across the United States and a few international universities as well. Now, let me talk to you a little about the structure of 2+2 programming. There are 3 types of transfer agreements in place, or 2+2 agreements in place at Broward College. We have statewide articulation agreements. These are agreements between the State Board of Education. Now, this is a body, a governmental body that guides our state and community colleges, and the Board of Governors, which is a governmental body that guides our universities. In our case, students who graduate from any of our Florida state or community colleges are guaranteed admission with 60 semester hours into the state university system to one of 12 state universities. So you enroll at the college, you know you're going to graduate, you are guaranteed admission to the universities. There are some exceptions, such as limited access programs, but this is the norm. And there are similar agreements across states and colleges in the United States. So that's your first type of 2+2. The second is the additional articulation agreement. Broward College has special transfer agreements with universities that guarantee transfer for some associate of science degrees and international students. Now, third is the transfer to a Broward College baccalaureate program. Both local students and our international students, upon completion of their associate degree, also can pursue one of 10 bachelor's degree programs offered by Broward College. With curriculum designed based on what employers are looking for, baccalaureate programs create seamless next steps for students in some career programs that may not be available at a traditional 4-year institution. Currently, there are 16 transfer agreements in place, which directly benefit students in our international centers, 16. An additional renewal is pending, which once finalized will bring that number to 17. These include the College of Staten Island, which is within the City University System of New York, Florida Gulf Coast University, Florida International University, St. Bonaventure University, St. Thomas University, the University of Albany and State University of New York, the University of Cincinnati, the University of Findlay, Wayne State University, Florida Atlantic University, the University of Northern Alabama, the University of Kentucky, the University of California, Chico, Washburn University, the University of West Florida, and the University of Gibraltar in Spain, which I had the pleasure of visiting. A renewal agreement is pending with Truman State University. These transfer agreements have been requested mostly by our international partners looking for 2+2 options to transfer to a U.S. institution to complete their bachelor's degree. Also, as universities learn about the students around the world attending a Broward College program, they become interested in developing an agreement to bring pre-qualified students to their universities who have English language skills and experience in a U.S.-style program before coming to the U.S. Over the past 40 years, we estimate that more than 2,500 students had transferred from a BC International Center to a university. Around 50 have moved on to Broward College in Florida to pursue one of our bachelor's degree programs. The post-secondary education has been a great equalizer for many years and has the same intrinsic value whether you are inside or outside the United States. The objective is to lift people and move them forward. You've heard examples of that today. At Broward College, our role is to solve for inequity and overcome barriers students face in reaching their desired academic and career goals. We provide that hope through holistic support inside and outside of the classroom. And the support is structured to ensure equity. That means we have the programs and services in place to support our students, regardless of their age, race, economic status, or nationality. We improve college access for first-generation college students and immigrants who are sometimes not immediately eligible for entry into a four-year university. We're able to leverage the 2+2 arrangements we have in place to benefit our local students. Because we are an open access institution, we create the pathway for many students who would otherwise not access post-secondary education. And we pride ourselves on our diversity. We serve 37% of our students are Hispanic or Latino, 29.5% are Black, 16.3% are white. We have over 50 languages of origin spoken among our student body with students from over 150 countries. And 47% of our students are Pell Grant eligible, just like I was, which means nearly half of our students are from families whose income is on the lower end of the economic spectrum. The average age of our local students in Florida is just over 24 years. Our programs include the 2+2 system, of course, and are designed to support recent high school graduates and those older and who have been in the workforce for several years. We actually recently have a graduate who's 70 years old. Broward College and other students whose framework is embedded in the 2+2 systems offer smaller class sizes and holistic academic support that is often not available at universities, such as one-on-one attention, tutoring, and remedial education designed to ensure student success. And of course, faculty that are intimately dedicated to student success. It was wonderful to hear you all share that today. Our data shows that 65% of our students who pursue an Associate of Arts degree move on to transfer to a four-year institution. In many cases, our international campuses and centers address specific needs faced by that country, including the demand for the U.S. standard and education model. We prepare students for further studies at world-class universities and adapt what we offer to meet the needs of the country's economy. In many respects, the 2+2 system is also a great equalizer for our international students. Many are completing their course of study in the U.S. and return to their home countries, taking with them new academic perspective and contributing to social and economic development. And just like our students here in the U.S., sometimes we have students who don't think they're going to make it, but they do because they have the will and the support of our Broward College family. The 2+2 system has been fundamental to the revolution in higher education, offering numerous benefits to students whether they choose to learn in the U.S. or pursue a U.S. degree through a partnership center in their home country. The host of benefits ranges from financial savings on tuition over the 2 years to academic assistance, allowing students time to adjust to the college system. Students who use the 2+2 system can transfer seamlessly to universities. And often, and I love this, often our students outperform the students who go directly to a university for their four-year programming. We're very proud of that. We even have students who go to four-year institutions and say, I'm doing so much better than I would have if I started here because of what they've done at Broward College and the tools they've been given. We also work with local businesses to design programs that meet workforce needs. Once developed, our partnership with universities ensures these credits can be transferred to our 4-year program, placing our students at an advantage in the workforce and allowing them the option to move seamlessly into the workforce or further their education toward an in-demand career. For 60 years, Broward College has worked to fulfill our mission to our local community and have done the same for our international partners and students for 40 years. We have perfected the 2+2 model. As a credit to our work, in February 2019, the college received the IIE Andrew High School Award for Innovation in International Education under the International Partnerships category. The award was in recognition of our international programming model, which allows students to stay in their home country and complete an associate degree with Broward College before transferring to a college in the university in the United States. There is room for growth in our international partnerships and expansion of the 2+2 model. Ranked among the top 10 community colleges in the United States for now the 4th time, we prepare students to further studies at world-class universities and adapt what we offer to meet the needs of the country's economy. The pandemic has highlighted many unexplored areas in higher education, especially as it relates to online learning and remote learning. Rapid technology, social and economic advancements have created a world more interconnected than ever, and we need to strengthen partnerships that share innovation and connectivity, as David Travesso said earlier. I agree with you, David. We need to make sure that we're even tighter than we've ever been. Post-secondary education, particularly the 2+2 system, is one way to do that. The students that we've seen today are just an incredible example of what is possible. It's possible not just because of the work of Broward College. It couldn't be if it were just us. It's because of our students. It's because of the faculty. It's because of the partners. It's about the investors. It's about the parents. It's about all those who have decided that educational opportunity is incredibly important, perhaps the most important thing to make a great difference in someone's life. With that, again, I am grateful for all of you, Broward College team members. I am grateful to you. Those in Brazil who have led the way, who this was just a vision for and have now brought it to life. I am grateful to you. And of course, to our students, you will always be the reason that we wake up. Thank you again and congratulations.
Thank you very much, President Hale. We've come to an end of the class of 2020 graduation, and I would like to thank you, all of you, for your precious time devoted to celebrate this moment of joy with our students. I have no words to thank you enough. Before closing the summit, I have a special thank you to Marina, who is here working hard with us. And especially Luciana, who took the photos of our students, prepared the ceremony, since the technical part to the details, such as the invitations. She was also responsible for the ceremony. Goodbye to you all, and may you have happy holidays. Em nome da Broward International Brasil, agradeço a presença e a participação de todos. E não poderia deixar de fazer um agradecimento especial para a Marina aqui, que nos ajudou tanto, especialmente a Luciana, que tirou as fotos, preparou a cerimônia, concebeu os convites e tomou conta da parte técnica da cerimônia. Foi também responsável pelo sucesso dessa cerimônia, deste evento. Obrigada, Luciana. Obrigada, Marina. Vocês deveriam aparecer aí. Obrigada a todos e boas festas.
Congratulations, everybody. Again, what a great ceremony. I'm so proud of all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Guys.
Thank you
Bye
all.
now.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, President.
Bye, thank
Congratulations,
you.
graduates.
Bye.
Great
Thank
job,
you.
Lucy. Thank you.
Congrats.
Bravo, Lucille and team.
Bravo,
Onwards, graduates.
bravo.
Thank you.
Everybody.
Susie.
Thank you.
Thank you all the best to everyone. This for us. It was very nice.
Oh man, you
I'll
guys
see you
are
in the
phenomenal.
US.
Thank you, guys. It was a great ceremony.
It
Oh,
was.
thank you very much.
Wow. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Felicidades, Ricardinho.
Congratulations.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Congratulations. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Scott, we have to decide this question.
Felicidades, Ricardinho.